I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about, does my ex miss me? Well, if you're going through a breakup, one of the questions you probably think about the most is, does my ex miss me? Are they thinking about me? Do they even care about me anymore? Well, it's a really confusing time where anxiety gets the better of us, and we often make situations a lot worse than what they really are. And you know, as I've told you guys about our anxiety, when we feel that separation anxiety, it causes us to become very self-absorbed, lose any kind of ability to regulate our emotions, our anxiety, and we become controlling and manipulative, which ultimately turns our partner off even more. So, one of the things that's scary is that when we look at our ex's behavior, they can be like ignoring us, they could be mean to us, cruel to us, dismissive, and of course that triggers our anxiety even worse, and then we feel worse about the situation. And if we think about it, we're like, how could they miss me when they won't text me back? How could they miss me if they're treating me like I'm dead? Well, sometimes they don't miss us at that time, which is why I tell you guys all the time that feelings change like the clouds that move across the sky, and that a woman's interest level will always rise and fall like the sea. So, even if you have an ex that wants nothing to do with you, they don't want to see you, they're really mean to you, they're ice cold to you, it doesn't mean it's gonna stay like that forever. And a lot of your ability to reattract that person will be based on your behavior. Believe me guys, you have to understand, I talk to people around the world all day, every day, and I see situations play out in email coachings. I know how these things tend to go, and there's a lot of different factors that I look at. So just because they may not think about you in the moment, right now, that doesn't mean that they're gonna feel the same way, because there's a very good chance at some point they will start to miss you and start to revisit the idea of getting back with you again. Now, the reattracting part is a completely different story, but, you know, as far as missing you goes, listen, they were with you for a reason, right? They dated you for a reason. They must have been attracted to you, possibly attached to you, or even love you. And those feelings don't go away as easy as you would think, even if their behavior is indicating differently. So today I've got two really good emails that I want to share with you guys, and I think you guys are going to find these helpful, okay? So the first one is from a 28-year-old guy, and he is giving us a little bit of a warning, because I'm always trying to help you guys see what you don't see. Okay, so this guy is going to share a tale with you that's hopefully going to resonate with you and make you think long and hard on how you handle a situation. He says, "Hi Craig, I'm embarrassed to say that I am not one of your success stories. I screwed up badly. I found your channel last fall after a breakup with my girlfriend Jenna. I watched your videos every day for about 4 months. Around January, I saw she started dating another guy, and I gave up on my ex ever coming back. I gave up on myself too. I stopped watching your channels little by little. I'm embarrassed to say I even unsubscribed from your channel. I bumped into her at a bar I frequent with friends. When I saw her, I was thinking, what is she doing here? Ah, so you're at a bar that you're always at, and she happened to go in there? I wonder why." She gave me the biggest smile and looked so excited to see me. She told me she missed me. My heart was pounding. I felt like a kid on Christmas morning. Well, I bet you did. You hadn't seen her in a long time. The idea of ever reconciling with her again was long out of your mind because she had started dating somebody else. But look at that. She happened to walk into your bar. Happened to? I don't think so. She admitted that she had started thinking about me. After we had a few drinks, she said that she was hoping she bumped into me at that bar. She even admitted she would check my social media, that she wondered if we would ever have another chance. Look at that. You thought she was gone. You thought, I'll never hear from her again. She dates somebody else, and look at, she's thinking about you. She's checking your social media. She's going to where she knows you might be and tried to bump into you. Now, have you been doing the work? This is what I tell you guys all the time. I know you feel hopeless about your situation. Everybody feels hopeless about their situation. But did you stick to it? Did you do the things that I told you to do? Or did you give up? This was a girl that wouldn't even return a text message to me last time I texted her. This is what I'm saying, guys. Feelings change. It may not be right now when you want it, but that does not mean it will not change. She asked me about how I was. My career had gone nowhere. I was still living in the same small place that I vowed I would get out of. I had put on a ton of weight. I hadn't pursued my career at all. Man, Craig, I have never been so disappointed in myself. As I started answering her questions, she looked more and more turned off. She had gone from missing me to looking for an excuse to leave. Oh, that is brutal. I mean, you are probably feeling tremendous amounts of guilt right now because you know that you kind of let yourself slip away, and all that motivation that you originally had, you just kind of gave up because you were doing it for the wrong reasons. You were doing it for her instead of yourself. And now you could have turned your life around, had, a lot more success, and she would have been a lot more attracted to that too. Instead, she was looking for an excuse to leave. I went home and it brought up all my past feelings of anxiety and missing her. I had no idea that she could ever think about me so long after a breakup. Well, guys, it is absolutely true, and I see situations where exes will come back a year later. You never know. I'm not telling you to put your life on hold, but you would be surprised how long after a breakup an ex will think about you. Are you doing the work? Are you working on yourself, making those inner changes? This is why I tell you guys it's very important to work on yourself, to talk about it. That is how we heal. That is how we grow and we change. Okay? So you don't want to give up on yourself just because they might not come back. Or you think they might not come back. I have a second email here from Debbie. Okay, Debbie says, "Hello, Coach Craig. Thank you for your amazing videos. I am a huge fan." Well, thank you very much, Debbie, for the kind words. "I'm a 28 years old woman who dated a 33-year-old guy for 3 years. We broke up about 3 months ago due to constant fighting. We lived together and often talked about getting married in the future. The problem for me was that he worked a lot of evenings. On his nights off, he would often go out with friends. So I would only get to spend 2 nights with him and a decent amount of time together on the weekends. I would get upset with him when he left me alone a lot. He wanted to do things with his buddies like fishing and hunting, which I'm not into. I don't care if he does, but I want to be a priority and not an option. And who could blame you? If you're in a relationship with somebody and you feel like an option, you're going to look for other options. I made the mistake of giving him an ultimatum about not going on a weekend trip he had planned. Well, that's not a good idea to give an ultimatum. Usually those backfire. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I was tired of feeling like backup plans. He told his friends... Oh, okay, so that must have led to the breakup. I see. He told his friends that he misses me, but is tired and doesn't know if he can do it anymore. He says he loves me, but doesn't know if he's in love with me or can handle a future of fighting and constantly me being disappointed with him. Okay, so right now he's feeling really frustrated. He's unsure of how things are going to resolve. He's confused because he says he loves you, but he doesn't know if he's in love with you. He just seemed put off by everything. Okay? So he was really turned off by your behavior. I'm guessing that you were getting anxious, and when he was going out with friends, not spending that time with you, starting to feel like he didn't care about you, and so you would lash out, become controlling, tried to give him the ultimatum, and ultimately it pushed him away. I really want to talk to you, and I'm going to sign up for a Skype soon because I can see how much insight you would provide. Right now, I just really need to know, do you think he misses me? Well, let's look at your situation. You guys were together for 3 years, you lived together, and he's telling your friends, I think it was a friend, a mutual friend, that he still he does miss you. But he just doesn't know if he can do it anymore. He says he loves you, but he doesn't know if he's in love with you. So I would say he does miss you. He's just uncertain if you guys are going to work it out. Let's face it, guys, most relationships fail. It's the truth. If you look at your life, how many relationships have you been in? And how many of them are you still in? Most relationships fail. Why? You need to think about it. There are a lot of different reasons. A lot of us have attachment issues where we have unresolved trauma from our childhood, which is why I'm constantly trying to tell you guys to talk to me about it. That way we can help you work through those issues, be more conscious of what's going on with you internally, and make the changes so you can have healthier relationships. Because relationships are a lot more complicated and complex than you realize. Believe me, there's a lot that goes on in our unconscious, a lot that has to do with our relationship with our parents, and past breakups that are affecting us, and there are just a million different factors that we're not even aware of, and we just go into a relationship because we're attracted to somebody or we want to spend time with them. Well, that is not enough to make it work. And please commit to this personal growth for yourself, not just to re-attract your ex. Because if you're doing it just for them, you're probably going to make some progress, but you're not going to really make enough to make those long-lasting changes that are going to keep you in a healthy relationship with them. Because I'm telling you guys, most cases, your ex will revisit the idea of getting back with you. And a lot of that is going to be based on how you handle the situation. What kind of a plan do you have? My guess is that it's riddled with anxiety and causing you to think things like, ooh, I should do a grand gesture, or right back to the point that I was trying to make in this video is, does your ex miss you? Yes. In many cases, your ex is missing you. Now, it does depend on your situation. What led to the breakup? What did you do? What did they do? Why did you have a breakup? All of that affects it. But do they think about you? I'm sure in most cases they do. Probably not as intensely as you are, but you know, that's because they're going through a whole different aspect of this breakup than you are. But that does not mean that they will not revisit the idea of getting back with you, because in many cases they do. So, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype coaching, so just sign up for one of those and I'll be happy to help you out. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth and I will talk with you soon.